Welcome to LOA Today. I'm Walt Thiessen. With me on the show today, Debbie G and Neo Positivity. This is your daily dose of happy. We are so happy you decided to join us today. So we got the band back together again on Friday, which is just in time because as I was mentioning to you listeners about 8 days ago, I think it was, I'm condensing the schedule. After doing this 5 days a week for the last 5 or 6 years, I realized I need to get a little bit of that time back. I'm still loving it. I'm still enjoying the podcast, but I had to pare things down. So I'm shrinking it from 5 days to 3 days starting next week, which means that from most listeners' point of view who don't listen to the live stream, that just means you're going to get 3 episodes a week instead of 5 episodes a week. So just be prepared for that. So this is the last time we're doing Friday for a while, and I'm so glad Debbie G is able to join Neo and me today. It's been a while, girl. I mean, when was the last time all 3 of us were on here? It has been a while.
Just after my surgery. Hey, everybody, what's up?
Debbie G's back in the house, no doubt.
Let's see if I can get this thing to work.
I'm just going to say that right now I am so deep. I'm just grateful because I'm here.
We're grateful to have you here. I mean, it's been too long. We haven't talked in a long time.
You guys, it's just been one powerful paradigm shift after another. Boing, boing, boing.
I mean, that's a good thing most of the time. It really is. But anytime you ride a roller coaster, the first loop around is okay. The second loop, okay, I need to get off. Stop after the third one. Why is this still going on the fourth one? That's what happens with roller coasters, right?
Well, you're talking to a chick who's like, I'm all about roller coasters, hardcore. So I'm like, yeah. I mean,
why am I not surprised?
Get me to the top of the highest one possible. That's going to just move down, swirl me around, and bring me back up the other side. And I'll be like, and I like the roller coasters you can't walk after you get off, and you're like, okay. Well, I like lots of things that do that, but the roller coasters are the ones we can talk about today.
It should be no surprise to you when life sends you on those roller coasters.
This is true.
Because you love them so much, and there's 8 people in the house waiting for you to come serve them for the weekend. So welcome to that next roller coaster.
No, I have more than that. We have hip camp with 8 women showing up. Our hip camp room, which is jacuzzi, sauna, is the whole 9 yards is already completely, we've just been busting our butt. And we have Airbnb inside the house. We have our apartment, a new renter for our apartment. So we have a lot of people here. And I have 7 kittens.
Wow.
Are you getting rid of them or are you going to keep them?
Well, if anybody would like to become a prospective fur parent, please hit me up. I have these little babies that were feral. And okay, so we bought a property that had feral cats, knowing that I'm going to have to get them fixed, but I didn't get to them in time. Winter came, yada, yada. I had surgery, yada, yada. It doesn't matter. So we got back from California the last time, and I look in this special little house we made for them out of hay, and there's 2 little babies, right? Just literally, they couldn't have been more than 24 hours old. So I'm like, okay, well, we've got 2, and I didn't expect those 2. I expected the 6, which finally showed up 3 weeks ago. She finally brought them out from under our house, and we saw them. So we started trapping. I trapped the adults, the moms, any adult. They went off. They got fixed. I trapped the babies, and that was, I got to tell you something. If anybody's ever trapped a kitten before or had feral cats and you've got to trap them,
that's rough.
It's so much stress because they are so terrified and you can't do anything about it. But to be humane, it is trap them. And now 5 of them got fixed, 5 of the 7. So today, that was yesterday. So I have homes for 2. I have 5 that are 3 that need to go still. And then I have 2 bottle babies. Now my bottle babies are King Henry and Bella.
I love the names.
Oh God, they're so cute. You guys don't even know, but I literally have been taking care of newborns. I have been up every 2.5 to 3 hours taking care of infants.
Wow.
And they started eating real kibble, and so, but I still give them the bottle too, because they're really little. And So if anybody wants my bottle babies, they're going to need to take them both because I don't want them separate. If that's possible. But yeah, I mean, anybody that would like to be a perspective for a parent, I'm hand raising these. I domesticated the feral babies. They're just badasses. They're kind of tough. You know what I mean? They're kind of tough.
That's a cool thing about feral kittens though, because they can be fairly easily kind of changed into domestic cats. When it takes, but you can do it. It's not like it's hard. With feral cats who are adults, that's a lot harder.
Well, yeah, and I wouldn't really, you know what? I was just grateful to get our adult ferals fixed and back out, you know,
Yeah.
but there is something about doing what's right or doing what's humane that's so freaking important. I'm going to sound like Bob Barker now. Spay and neuter your damn animals.
I hear you.
There's
Seriously.
a female I'm going to connect you with, Debbie. Her name is Vanessa Emerson. She is one of those head of 6 different cat organizations. Should be able to take anything
Please
off
do.
your hands that you
Yeah.
know. She's on my Facebook.
Well, my babies. I am very like, if somebody can help us find a forever fur parent, that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for somebody who's going to keep them inside, who's going to give them as much love and everything that I've been able to. And, you know, it's really cool. They all run to my feet. You know, I'm almost, but I know enough about cats, but I mean, for real, there's nothing like saving their little lives and
It's very rewarding.
We had 4 out of the 7, 4 of them are girls. And if I hadn't captured them, could you imagine?
Oh yeah, sure.
My God.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So they had to go.
There would be no mice in the area.
No mice in there.
The mice would not be the problem anymore.
Mice? No.
Well, I'm going to tell you what I've been noticing with the energy lately, and then I'm going to hear from you guys, and then because I really want to know what's going on in your lives and what y'all have been doing. And to the audience, hi everybody. I've completely missed you, and gosh darn it, I've been slowly coming back, slowly. But what's been going on with the energy lately has been this. It's like rush, do this, do that, everything, you know, gotta get this done. And with the kittens, what I realize is this slowdown. It's forcing me to play, not forcing me to play, but I love to play with them. And
It's almost like it's a rebalancing is what it sounds like. It's kind of rebalancing the energy structure for you.
Completely. Plus I'm a cat person. My first tattoo was a tiger. But the thing is what are we rushing to?
That's a great question.
Somebody please tell me.
I'm going to tell you. I don't even know if this is going to be a solid answer to that or not. But no,
I can hardly wait. This is going to be good.
I kept running into people who were 65 and they had met their goals and they were good financially and they were like, okay, now I'm good. I can start living life. And they were too old to do any of the things they loved to do before. Jet ski, basketball, travel because of their heart conditions. They didn't want to go to Spain because they don't know if Spain got a good heart doctor if stuff pops off. So now they can't do anything they wanted to do. So now they feel like they went from work. I'm happy because I have a goal to reaching the goal. And immediately, just like winning that poker game and worried about the next hand, you only enjoy it for 1 second.
Yeah.
Once they met their goal, they realized I can't do none of this stuff I wanted to do. So what the hell have I been doing for the last 20 years? And that's what everybody's rushing to. That moment where they're just good for life. They're rich. They've achieved. They da-da-da. But let me tell you something. Anything you chase will run from you. And don't be like all these other cats that ran, chase until they were 70. And now they don't have the legs to do what they wanted to do.
Well, I love what you're saying, but I'm going to throw something else in because I'm 66. And I'm going to tell you, all that stuff about the heart problems and the legs and all that kind of thing are excuses.
Well, I mean, if you had legitimately...
They really are. They're excuses.
And
I'm seeing it, by the way. I'm seeing it in lots of people that I'm encountering in my age group. I'm seeing it all over the place, and it's amazing to me. Not amazing. It's extremely noteworthy. Let's put it that way. I'm seeing so many people who clearly have not been taking care of themselves. It's very obvious. All you should do is just look at them. You can tell. You don't even have to talk to them. And all of that is reversible.
I do agree. It is an excuse, but it is legitimate for some people. Like, especially when it comes to heart conditions. We got somebody who had
even heart conditions are reversible.
Heart attacks.
Even that is reversible. It's all reversible. What it comes down to is what's your attitude about it.
How bad do you want it?
How much do you want it? Are you willing to make change? Oh my God, change and choice to make change?
Did you just say the C word? What the hell?
I did. I said it twice too. Yeah.
Said the C word.
Yeah.
God.
And then add in the old dog, new trick saying.
Oh,
it's like even if you were a little bit susceptible to change at 30, at 45, you want a whole nother planet.
Okay, I gotta ask this. When you guys hear the old dog, new tricks, do you get like a surge in your old drive going?
Yeah,
like just because of that old, just because we shifted so much. It's like when you hear that old stuff, you go, "That's not true. That's not true."
I still believe that saying. I just don't think it applies to me.
Oh no, hell no, it doesn't apply to you. That's what I'm saying.
The reason why I still believe in it is because dogs. And I've always had dogs in my life, and it is extremely, the older they get, it's harder to teach them a new trick. Maybe that's just how it seems. But that's the reason why I still believe in it, is because of the dogs and the old men that I know that will not embrace change. They're stuck in their Vietnam ways and all that, and they will not accept the fact that the world is changing. They don't want to hear it.
I'm dying.
So those two things kind of make me still believe in it.
But there's also the perspective of it. And I'll give you an example. Believe it or not, I'm going to give you a perspective and an example from a television show. This is a British television show that aired in the 1990s. And there were these two characters. One was, I think, 83 years old. The other was 78 years old. And they had just gotten married, and they were living life to the fullest. They were totally oblivious to what age didn't matter. It's all live for now and so forth. And at one point, they're asked by one of the main protagonists to help with a special event for a group called Help the Aged. And the response is, "Oh, it must be awful to be aged."
You're crazy, man. Okay. Look, what I mean is about the rushing and about the can't teach a new toggle, new, all of those are old thought processes that we had. I know somebody who says, "But I've always done it this way." Yeah, I've always done it this way since I was 5. What the
or to put it another way, it's kind of obvious you've been doing it this way all this time. Are you sure you want to stay on that path?
Oh, thank you, God. My heart is full.
If you want things to change, you have to change. A lot of people, it's such a simple saying that should be able to cancel any old person that says, "I do it my way. I've been doing it since I was 5." That saying should just end everything, but it somehow does not.
Yeah, when they say that, it's just like, how's that working?
Exactly.
How's
exactly.
that working?
Even if the internet didn't come, like if you were to take people who were born 1880 to 1930, in their lifetimes, they didn't have the change that the energy brought, and still change was necessary. But now with the internet and everything that's brought, crypto,
Chat GPT, which I'm going to ask, let's ask Chat GPT. Why do people rush so much? That's
a great question for Chat GPT. Oh my God.
Why do people rush through?
It just so happens I have Chat GPT open. Okay. And it says, people rush because they feel they don't have enough time in the day to accomplish what they want. They may be overwhelmed by the tasks they need to do, so they rush to get them done as quickly as possible. People may also be in a hurry because they want to have more time to do the things that they enjoy, or because they feel, because of feeling of competition with others, or because they fear failure.
Okay, I love all those. I agree with them. And so I added a little blurb. I said, make it more spiritual. It says, certainly. Disconnection from the present moment. It was the first one. 2, ego-driven desires. Spirituality encourages individuals to recognize the transient nature of material possessions and external achievements. However, when people rush through life, they often prioritize the pursuit of worldly desires driven by ego, such as wealth, status, recognition, etc. Trying to get to the bottom here. Lack of mindfulness. Spiritual traditions often emphasize the practice of mindfulness. We know this. Seeking inner fulfillment involves the search for inner fulfillment and a deeper connection for something greater than oneself. And when you rush through life, you might neglect this opportunity, this once in a lifetime thing, to engage into introspection and self-reflection and just lead a more fulfilling life.
Whoa.
You know what? I think we need to do a show. What does
right.
GPT think?
We should interview ChatGPT. I mean, that's a great interview right there.
It would be. Did anybody notice that myself and Debbie had ChatGPT already open?
Yeah, baby.
Fist bump.
That was weird. I didn't want to expect that.
That's lovely.
I was kind of embarrassed that I already had it open, but she followed up immediately. I said, okay.
Apparently there's no reason to feel embarrassed because you're in the flow now.
There it is. No, you know what? And let that flow. I have a piece of amethyst here. I only have one piece, and it's been sitting by my bed since I got it. So I've never actually used it during the daytime like I will these. Just grab them. And I actually had the idea when Debbie was talking to put it on my third eye, you know, because it's the third eye stone, and see what it did. And so, yeah, I'm going to do some meditating into that. But Debbie, you want to know what's going on? I'm going to hip you guys to the latest and greatest in neo-positivity. So I was doing the lofty questions, why do I attract such great people? Why do I eat so healthy? The lofty questions that does so many different things. You know, from shifting your mindset to having your subconscious answer those questions, to have the universe show you the answers to why you attract such great people or why you eat such great foods. It's like tricking the universe into throwing good, healthy meals at you and making you enjoy them like they're steak, if you're into steak. So I was into that, and I was into a couple other things. Laura Collat's, the laughter yoga. That's just laughter yoga is amazing. Laughing for 30 or 60 seconds, washing your hands while you do it, laughing at a check, laughing at a bill, laughing at your credit statement number, whatever it is. All those and all of my exercises have been in the pursuit of greatness, of getting to that next evolved version of me, this version versus yesterday and the day before. And anything, the word pursuit brings up the thought process of anything you chase will run from you. Which made me basically 3 weeks ago, I said, you know what, for the next 7 days, I'm not going to pursue nothing. Every time my mind says, oh, you got to make that next Instagram post. If I'm not feeling it, I'm not worried about it. Every time my brain went north, south, positive, negative, future, past, I said, nope, back to the moment. And then something about this moment, because of the lifestyle I live and how I put everything in place, something about this moment made me very freaking happy. And that's all I did. I stayed in the moment and happy as I could for 7 days. And it was like the best week of my life. Zero stress, responsibilities was only fell on my children. You know, the bills are automated. The money's coming in. So that's automated. I was great. So I said, you know what? I'm retired. Let's do it for another week. You know, last week was week 2, and we are now rounding off week 3. And I gotta tell you, I've been the happiest I've been. I've been such at peace. I haven't been chasing all the different business cards and stuff, stacks that are on my desk. I've been there since the last conference. Let it stay there. I feel amazing. It's obviously great because when you're happy about your house, the universe gives you a better house. When you're happy about your car, the universe gives you a better car. So I feel like I'm doing great manifesting there. However, I do sometimes feel like I'm lacking visualizing the future scenarios, the future me at this conference, at this meeting, speaking for thousands. So I do still feel like I need to do some of that to water those seeds. And that's why I wanted to get with you guys and see what you thought. Do I stay here, appreciate this paycheck that I got for that show for thousands? Or am I still going to should I still visualize? Because anytime you visualize, you're basically lying to yourself. You're saying it's November and I'm at the Greater New York Dental Meeting and I'm speaking for 50,000 people. That's not actually what's happening. The ego is going to come at some point and step in and ruin things. So do I just stay focused, or should I still do both?
Okay, so I got a question I have to ask you first. The question I have to ask you is this. I'm not judging one way or another on what you're saying about doing this visualization or not doing this visualization. Whether you do it is completely up to you. The question I'm asking you is, why do you want to do it? What do you think makes it important for you to prioritize that so that you can resolve this issue?
Watering seeds.
And why is that important?
Because I know that the grass is greener on the side of the fence that you nourish. And if I water the seed of having whatever, if I water that seed, I know I'm going to bring it to fruition.
Okay. So now the follow-up question is, what for you waters that seed?
Spending time in that. See, I have my phone on Do Not Disturb, yet the text messages still come through. It's literally on Do Not Disturb, and you hear it.
I believe you.
I don't understand that. No. Okay, so just put everything on silent. So I know that spending my precious moments. I look at life. God gives you $1, one energy dollar for every moment that you're here. Whatever you spend that energy dollar on is what's going to happen to you in your future. Pain, pleasure. And so I know that spending my energy dollars on a great, successful speech that just went over very well. I remembered everything. I know that watering that seed creates that in my future. So if I don't spend time watering that seed and I'm only just appreciating the things that I have now, like I feel like I'm missing out if I'm not watering that seed.
Okay, so I got that. But the question that I was asking is, what does water the seed for you?
Spending headspace there.
There's your answer.
So both appreciate the check that I have and spend headspace there.
You just said for yourself, that's the most important thing for you right now. That's where you need to be. That's what feels good to you. That's what waters your seed. Well, okay. What's holding you back?
No, but both of them water the same seed. It's just one of them. Because whether I look at a check from my last show or I sit here at midnight or whenever and visualize my next show, both of them are watering that seed.
So what's the problem?
A great show. One of them, the egoic one, the future one that hasn't happened yet, it comes attached with that egoic voice. Now the other one does too, but it's different. I've already done that. I succeeded. The check is in my hand. So the one comes with the egoic, but that hasn't happened yet. What if it doesn't happen? What if they cancel? What if you forget? What if you go on the stage and, that one still has that voice.
But isn't there something to be said for the idea that if you're looking for an egoic problem, you're going to get an egoic problem?
That's good.
Yeah, but I mean, it's always coming.
It's always coming. That's so honest.
I think as humans, that's the one thing we're not going to be able to do is get that voice to shut up.
I think I have some.
Go for
that voice, it's magic. It's magic. Creativity, we create when we're in chaos sometimes too, which is kind of crazy.
Mm-hmm.
As humans are nuts. But the only thing I have to ask, because I have a question too. If today were your last day, what do you want to do?
Ooh.
And here's why. Because just recently we passed the 7th anniversary of a dear friend of mine. His name was Bob Miller. Practice Gratitude Success. He was doing these videos well before. In fact, it's safe to consider he got me into it because he wanted me to do it. And I'm like, I'm not going on camera ever.
Lo and behold.
Oh, anyway.
Turns out never's a lot shorter time than you thought.
So we're yapping, right? We're talking one afternoon and he tells me about how he went and he's been wanting to write this book, but everything else has taken precedence, right? So he sits down and he tells me all about how he went and got the notebook and the pen and everything for this book he's going to write. And he told me how he got through like the first few pages. And then I called him later that night, but he didn't answer. I'm like, what the hell? Then I woke up at like 3 or 4 in the morning and I couldn't sleep. Didn't know why. Got this weird song that came into my head, looked it up. Can't tell you what it was. But then at 11 o'clock in the morning, I keep getting all of these. I kept getting all of these messages saying, oh, we're so sorry. Cause he was literally like my best friend in the world. Right. And He and I talked about gratitude. We talked about living and dying. He had had a stroke. He created Stroke Sucks out there. But the fact of the matter is, when we ask ourselves why we're rushing through life, the serious question is, if today were your last day, what the hell? If you can't imagine what that looks like, then look at the Tao Te Ching, where it requests that you take a moment and sit and imagine, which is a hard thing for us to do, but it's to die to the ego moment. If you want to know how to die to the ego, imagine your death. Imagine you dying. And you're looking at your friends and your family in observance. You are no longer on the planet, and you really go into a deep meditation of not being here any longer. Really allow yourself to feel what that would feel like. Put yourself into a deep perspective. On my dying bed, I don't think I'm going to be talking about the things I didn't do. I'm going to be talking about the things I did do. And you know what? It just so happens a couple of days ago, as it was also back in 2013, I was chasing tornadoes. So you got to choose which way you want to live. Are you dying to live or living to die, or however the hell that goes? I don't like repeating people's stuff. I'm going to tell you this. Are you being honest with your authentic self and doing the thing that makes your soul sing? Now, Neo, you told me you spent 7 days allowing that music inside of you to come out and just be magical. Probably was magical for your son too, I'm guessing. Hardcore. And my guess is any of those moments you could never replace. So the question really lies in, if today were your last day, with all of those things in consideration.
If today was my last day, I would do exactly what I did today.
There you go.
My son wouldn't have went to school. He would have stayed home today. But I got him early. He's just me and him. He's in the other room waiting for me to get down here, having this show with you guys, getting that daily dose of positivity. And the rest of the day, me and him are going to be chilling. I'm going to have some family. So yeah, this, would be perfect.
There you go. So that is a real thing. We all think that we're promised some freaking X amount of time here on the planet, but we're not. And we're coming up on Wayne, the father of my children, being gone for 7 years. And, come on, there's nothing like watching someone take their last breath. It's you want to talk about grounding. It's a trip. But I love your question though, Neo, because you're thinking about it. You're thinking about how to live your best life, and you're doing that now. You're already doing it. I think you do exactly what you said, to what you like, what makes you happy. Yeah. And when stress comes up and you're not losing your shit over it and somebody else thinks you should be, continue to not lose your shit over it. Just continue it.
I guess the real question is, in that week or 3 weeks, I was overwhelmingly happy. I got to chill, relax, all that good stuff, but I didn't get any work done. And I know you can't take work with you, but there's a part of me that's like, I've been pursuing this whole changing the world through the law of attraction for 14 years, 15 years now. For me to just stop, I don't think that's me. I think I was meant to do that. So it's like 3 weeks without getting any work done. If I feel like I need to do something, so I think that's where the turmoil is.
I'm feeling impelled to put a challenge out to you. This is something I normally don't challenge on, but in this case, I think I need to for some reason. I don't even know why, but you said it's something that you were meant to do. And my question is, by whom?
Just feel it. Sometimes you just have a feeling. And it's been the biggest, largest, longest standing feeling of my life, was that that's the reason why I was put on this earth. Okay.
So here's, let me zero in more on my question. Are you the source of that directive, or do you feel that the direction comes from outside of you?
I feel it comes from outside of me. I just feel amazing while I'm doing it, and that's why I pursue it.
Oh, I'm curious. And I love that because I know that I get those vibes. I get them all the time, It's spirituality gone wild, that feeling, that thing, right? Thoughts become things. Literally, that's it right there. LOA Today. You guys, we're doing those callings, those things. But have you ever seen Soul? I think it's called Soul. It's by Disney.
Yeah, the movie.
The movie.
The cartoon
Yeah, I
movie.
didn't see. I wanted to see that.
Okay,
the trailer looked amazing.
It is good. It's a really good movie.
So good. So,
Yeah.
like for real, you should just like crank that one up with your son, if possible, this evening, because
Oh yeah.
the question you just, all of this is wrapped up in that movie at the very end when he looks at finding his purpose and he realizes what his purpose was and what he thought his purpose was supposed to be. But I'm on the planet to do this one thing. And then, but I'm not going to tell you anymore.
Yeah, don't give me the end.
You're going to completely blow it for you.
Yeah, as soon as we hang up, I'm putting that on.
I'm serious. Like,
It's really good.
You know,
Really good.
it just impacted me so much when I saw that. But I just, I am just sitting here in such admiration of both of you. The willingness for you both to show up and one, to ask the hard questions, and two, to be open to receiving the answers or to receiving word that may or may not resonate. Doesn't matter. It's a matter that you seek. You're seeking. You're you're like expanding. I heard something and I think it was the coolest thing. And I just heard it like last night or yesterday. Instead of, we are receiving, we are expanding rather than we need abundance or rather that we need more money or rather that we need more anything, that we need to look at it as it's just simply expansion. Mm-hmm. It's expanding. But you guys, that's what you're doing. You're literally expanding. Period. That's, and receiving that you're asking for. I mean, it's really beautiful. The receipt of it. And then to ask your heart, like, does that feel right for me? Because just because it comes out of Debbie G's mouth doesn't mean that it's right for anybody. It just means it was right for me or how I see it from my perspective only. We all are in our own world of perspective.
Which, by the way, is a great thing. I mean,
totally.
That's where the ultimate wisdom and knowledge comes from. It comes from within. So that it doesn't really matter whether it works for somebody else. The fact that it works for Debbie G is all that matters.
I would like it to be easier for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, but you want to know how egoic that is? What an egoic freaking bullshit. I just came out my mouth. I want to call myself out. I wish for everybody to make it easier for all of y'all, just so that you don't have to suffer the way I did. Oh, somebody get me a tissue. Shit.
Noble goal, but
Look,
chicken fry
on,
over spilled milk.
Look, okay. Is there a part of me that wants to be able to say, you don't have to do it that way? There really is an easier way to do it. And it's as simple as appreciation, as gratitude. Yeah, I do. To say that I'm not going to say it again because it sounded so redonkulous. Like after I said that, I'm like,
ugh.
Ew. Ew.
Don't say shit like that.
My ego has feathers and frickin' colors and just, you know, and I appreciate it.
Hey, Neil, I want to take you back to what I was talking about before because I got another little tidbit that goes along with it. Because I was urging you to consider, where does that purpose come from? And you were saying it kind of came from outside. You didn't have a definite source, and that's okay. But I was trying to differentiate between, is it coming from outside or is it coming from within? And to kind of amplify on that point, I want to point to a scene from the movie The Secret. You may remember Neil Donald Walsh in that movie. His main scene is where there's a blackboard behind him. And he says, the way we look at it is there's this blackboard in the sky, and they put the blackboard on a sky background, right? And on the blackboard, it says, Neil Donald Walsh, a handsome guy who, and then there's an underline, and that's where your purpose is supposed to be put in there. But he says, there is no blackboard in the sky. So your purpose is whatever you say it is. So I suggest your real purpose comes from within, not from without. And if you look in there, not only will you find again that really was your purpose and that it came from within, but now you'll find how to be resonant with it in the way that you're trying to do right now.
Well, that's I meant within when you said without.
Oh, okay. All right.
That's what I was meaning. Because honestly, I'm a video gamer relaxer. You know, I can sit back and enjoy my retirement.
Good.
And just chill, but I can't. Something inside of me yearns. It needs to help people.
So that's where you need to go. You need to ask that element, that aspect of yourself. What is it that you need from me right now?
Well, you know what's crazy? Earlier today, I had a conversation with Laura Collatz, the laughter yoga, one of my friends. And I thought about the summits, the podcasts, the live streams, the Instagram post, the TikTok post. And I said, okay, which one felt the greatest? They all feel good. I'm on stage. I'm freestyling. However,
okay,
when I'm in front of a live audience of people that I know I have their attention, that feels better.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That one kind of, and so I said, let's venture down that rabbit hole of feeling better. Which one has produced more? The Instagram, the TikTok, the Facebook, the live streaming, or on stage? And while I was doing that, I have this new thing. I'm going to show you. I just did this. I took because I've been depositing my checks from these events that I do. I deposit my checks through my phone so I can keep the checks that they send me.
Right.
So I have a bunch of these checks that they've sent me, and I put them all together, and I put them on an envelope, and I wrote on the envelope Neo Positivity. So every day I'm going to go in here and grab these checks and appreciate them. It's just another mental exercise, but it's sharpened because it's already happened.
I'm glad somebody else is doing the same things I do. I mean, I do that with the business checks that come through. I love that.
It really got me because I was waiting for these last 2 checks for a while. One just came out of nowhere yesterday, and I threw it on my desk, and it kind of stayed there. And I was like, man, I've been manifesting, watering seeds, meditating on other checks. You know, I got this one that I keep up on my wall. It's laminated. I've been doing all this stuff, and I get the check, and what do? I throw it on my desk and walk away. And it literally stayed on my desk for like 2 days because, like I said, I haven't been doing a lot of business. I'm like, no. I need to appreciate that check. So I broke it off, and I got it, and I was like meditating on it, and that's when I had the idea to get all these other checks together. But
in fact, you're reminding me I need to do it more. I mean, thank you for this. Thank you for this.
Put them in an envelope. The big ones.
I got a big file, nice thick file, so I can just reach in there and just pull them out and just appreciate on them.
This is interesting because this envelope is just dental. And because I want to speak in the dental world, and I threw a fake check in there, and every time I got to it, it felt weird, got rid of it.
Oh, yeah, sure.
These are just dental. So that's one thing. But going back to what I was saying earlier, when I had that conversation that what's next, what do I do? And it led me down which one feels better. The stage feels better. Which one is producing? Mm-hmm. The stage. So it seems like that's what I need to be pursuing, so to speak. Right now is that because it's working out. But I have the face to face. People love me. I love them. I get to meet with them. I get to talk with them one-on-one. You just see me at these conferences. And so it's like, do that.
How interesting that the answer that you got from within is keep doing the thing that actually does fuel the purpose that you have followed for all this time.
Fuel.
Yeah.
If there's anything, it's fuel.
It is fuel. It really is.
That pays for the jet fuel to get me to Chicago, or New York. So yeah, I really got. Oh, look at the kids.
Who's this guy?
Kids are so cute.
Which one is he or she?
King Henry.
That's King Henry. Hello, King Henry. Kittens are great.
Yeah, I've always had cats.
He's 6 weeks old.
He's 6. Okay, 6 weeks.
He just got off the bottle. Well, he's not off the bottle yet.
That's a good age for adopting too.
It is. So I want to know. Here, Joe, can you take him back up?
Oops. Go on.
Cameo for the last time.
Oh, here we go. There he is.
Hey
there, More.
He slid the door open 15 minutes early, might I say. He peeps his head in the door and goes,
show you. Hold on.
I said, yeah, I'm good.
Do you see him? Isn't he cute?
As a baby cat.
Cute. My baby. He was only 2.5 weeks when I got him.
All the babies come in. Now go.
So you were talking about laughing yoga and laughing yoga, manifesting and laughter. I think that the two of those things, I'm curious what ChatGPT has to say about that.
Laughter does you cannot be in a state of lack. You cannot be in a state of panic, anything, if you're really laughing. If you're fake laughing, that's one thing. But if you can really, really laugh and then hold up a bill or your credit report or even something good like a check, it does something totally different. And then the whole squirting of soap and washing your hand really good, getting the cracks and focusing on that while you're laughing. It's like a cleanse. I love it.
I like that. Well, I asked ChatGPT vibrational alignment, positive mindset, letting go and surrendering, and it lets in joy and gratitude. And it's important to remember laughter alone does not guarantee specific outcomes, but manifestation involves a holistic approach that encompasses beliefs, thoughts, emotions, and inspire to action. Incorporating laughter, fostering a positive mindset and raising your energetic vibration to support your manifestations. Oh man, ChatGPT that's my girl right there. I'll tell you what. It's got to be a female. She's just too smart.
ChatGPT has proven itself many times over. I'm using it to assist me with my inspirational emails. So basically, it's taking the hood out of my emails.
I love that.
Because I'll write the whole email and it'll just rewrite everything.
I love it. I think that I love asking ChatGPT what it thinks about lots of things. I ask it what it thinks about everything, and it'll actually tell me when I'm in victim mode. Like it'll say, "I'm sorry you're going through that right now." I use it for my empathy.
That works.
ChatGPT. I never thought about that. It can be a therapist.
It's my therapist. I promise you. And I seriously use it, and I'll be like, "Why?" You know. It's beautiful, actually. The answers are phenomenal. I think everybody should try it because I get some pretty good stuff.
Yeah, I mean, you got to be a little bit cautious with it because it is possible to get incorrect information. I actually kind of got embarrassed on that. I tried it one time writing a description on one of the episodes of the show in advance of the guest coming. And I wrote this really great bio. In fact, I sent it to the guest, and the guest looked, this is a great bio, except that it got my schools wrong. I didn't go to Chicago, University of Illinois, Chicago. I went to Central Connecticut University. It was like, oops.
Oh, wow.
So it grabbed part of the wrong bio.
Well, you know what? The reason for that is because ChatGPT is going back, I think, a year, somewhere maybe 2, versus Bing is ahead of the game because it's using real-time internet access. So ChatGPT is...
It's also more than that because it's also using some of the search engine parameters, some of the algorithms to do its stuff. And the algorithms are based on not whether it's true, but whether it's popular. If it's popular, then it goes to the higher end of the rankings.
I love that. That's on point.
So ChatGPT is going to do roughly the same thing.
Yep.
I would never have thought we would have had a conversation about ChatGPT.
Hey, we do anything on this show. We cover it all.
Hey, you know what?
It's so appropriate.
If you're not working it, seriously, if you're not working ChatGPT, just simply, like I said, ask questions. That's another thing. And I love this viewer stopped to see the divine intervention. I love that. Thank you.
Is this Vanessa Emerson? I hope that's Vanessa.
Read it out for the audience because the audience can't. Most of the people can't see that.
That is correct. What a beautiful divine intervention with both the kittens and the sun. I paused my walk to check out the cuteness of life. Heart, heart.
Love it.
Heart, heart.
Absolutely love it. Yeah.
I hope.
Okay. What risk are we going to take today that we wouldn't have really thought about? What are we going to do? What are we going to step out on the ledge with? The very thing that scares you is the thing that you want to do. Why does it scare you?
Yeah, the funny thing about that question, I love the question, is that the more that you engage in it, the less that there is that scares you.
Seriously.
You know what I mean?
I do.
Yeah. I need to redirect. I need to redirect. When you said that, the first thing I thought of was snakes, and the only thing I could do to fix that is to go in those woods over there and look for one. I do not like where this is going.
No. What you can do?
Redirect to somewhere else because I don't really fear anything else.
Honey, snakes are all good in the hood.
No,
Yeah,
you don't live in Florida. You don't live in Florida.
I went to Florida to do an event one time, and I literally, the snakes were rad that were hanging. The St. John's River, there's alligators on the St. John's River.
And
there
I'd be
are
more concerned
snakes.
about them. Yes.
Oh, you should see the shot I got of a gator. The
Oh,
thing's like
geez.
10. Oh yeah, I was leaning out of the boat all the way forward. Like this. In fact, you know what? I've got it. And the point to that conversation is simply do the thing that you're putting off because you've been afraid to do it. It doesn't need to be snakes. You don't need to ever like snakes.
Yeah, you don't have to go for that right away. I mean, make
You
that
know
later
what?
on.
My answer to that is relaxing. Although I've been relaxing for the past 3 weeks, for the past 15 years, I feared relaxing because I wasn't watering the seeds of my future while I was doing that. But I was watering the seeds of look at that, a real ass gator in the wild.
There he is.
That's some Florida stuff.
Shot by me.
You shot it?
I not shot. Not that kind. Like I shot the picture.
They do that though. They'll take you out, you kill the gator, and they'll make boots or gloves for you. It's insane.
I would not do that. But this one was missing an eye, so I named her. You named her? I named her.
Okay.
Her name's Gratigator.
Okay.
She's just grateful to still be alive and have this. Well, we're cruising down the St. John's River, and I'm like, I have to get a bigger gator. I mean, I got a bunch of small gator pictures and whatnot. Talking about manifesting this day, I'm on a pontoon boat. And then we just like roll up and there she is. I mean, she's a beast. Like she's, and I'm like, yeah. And I hung out of the boat, got that rad shot, and people I'm with are like, you gotta hurry. They jump. And I'm like,
she's zooming in. No.
I'm like, hold on,
ISO levels.
True story.
No, I think it's relaxing. I've been so scared to relax for the past 15 years. If I take a day off, I'm like, I could be watering better seeds. I could be making more videos. And that's the one thing I've been fair to do. The one thing I haven't tried. And, past 3 weeks have been amazing. So I'm going to continue with this trend.
You know what just came to me? I just got it. You're rewiring your nervous system. Just keep doing it.
That's
it. It takes X amount of time to actually completely rewire that new pattern. Mm-hmm. So you've just shifted. Allow your shift. Allow your flow. Yeah. How much water? Water flows. That's what it does. And if it gets stopped up, it gets mucky.
Part of me, and I know I shouldn't be saying this, so part of me is like, and it's still saying the same thing. Well, what if you not watering those seeds, you never make it to the level you wanted to? And there's another part that's like that. It was a pipe dream. It wasn't meant to be.
Intentional actions, I think, are important.
What, like what you mean? Like inspired action?
Inspired action. Intentional action. Inspired, yeah. Intentional, because you're making an intention to do a thing. You're saying, okay, we planted some grass like 3 weeks ago we made an intention to grow grass, planted seeds, had to water it, haven't thought about it a lot, just doing that one thing every day without the goal so much in mind, though I would like to see green grass, but I can't make it grow any faster. I could tell you this. And I'm not necessarily seeing all the results I was kind of hoping I'd see by now. So the relaxing part, Neo, it's hard to be off your phone and just chill.
It is.
Oh, we got a comment here. We got to bring it onto the screen from a listener who's tuned into the live stream, which says, "I agree, Neo. I need to learn how to relax and reset my mind. Working daily in this job is stressful every day. People's lives are in my hands daily. For me, it's my mental and emotional state that needs reset."
Mm-hmm. And that's the sucky part, because if you're going to work every day, you can't do what I do and just spend a whole 7 days, day and night like this. So you're going to have to find pockets of time in your day, which means proactively saying, no, I'm not going to do this because I'm going to do that. No, I'm not going to watch TV. No, I'm not going to spend an hour getting lost in a bunch of reels. I'm going to take this time aside. And, he's going at it.
He's having fun.
Rest for a second. Let me go. Debbie, take over for a second.
Looky here. You know, it's all about appreciating the now. The relaxing part of it is just our body not responding. Our body, mine in particular, was on high, as used to be. I got a disease that slowed my ass down. I got a dis-ease from not slowing down, from the whole not relaxing. There's a big, find those things in your life. I mean, I go out, I haven't been out to the swings today, actually. I should go out to my swings. I like to go out to on my property. The other thing to do to relax is that now I've got these kittens that rely on me, and there's a relaxing thing. But I got to tell you, the best way to get into relaxation is just doing for someone else. And, or yourself, maybe it's I take 2-hour baths.
Wow.
In Epsom salt, 2 hours. I have a big old claw tub. Well, yeah, because I could just flip on the hot water, fill in more hot water as it cools down.
Mm-hmm.
But
that's a lot of magnesium chloride, though. I mean, that's like, whoa.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's like and you know what's funny?
Or magnesium sulfate. I forget what it is. But anyway, whatever. It's magnesium.
It's just, it's about just, even if you're going to be on your phone working, you can be in the bath and allow your body to be relaxing. Teaching your body to relax is something. It's not a instant thing. We weren't taught this as a kid. We weren't taught this as young. We didn't watch our parents do this. We modeled them. So now all this really is all about with the relaxing is a retraining of the brain, retraining of your nervous system. Breath is great, but then there's also movement. I don't know about you all, but I get like that I have to shake it out like this.
Motion is lotion. That's what they say.
Have you guys ever seen a dog, you touch the dog and they shake it all off like this?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, just do that for a second. Watch what happens. Seriously. You want to talk about relaxing? Just go to the top and just shake it. Shake all.
It's actually a hormonal release is what that is. That's how that works. Yeah.
This kid, I'm just like, yeah.
I never tried that.
Try it right now.
It'll kind of wear you out, but it's
yeah. Whew, I did it a second ago. Now I'm yawning.
Well, your body's receiving that quick. Plus, just that you're yawning because you need oxygen. Breathe.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I want to add this in there. If you work from home, if you can take a meeting from your sofa, get up and take it from your sofa. Every meeting I don't have to be at the computer for now, I do on my recliner just to get away from here. Body relaxing from this upright, toxic behind back cramping position.
Mm-hmm.
I'm over there.
It's a good move. I like that.
I think that's a great idea.
Something I wanted to throw in too. I want to throw something else in. This came out of a conversation I had a friend who's around the same age that I am. When we were out having a lunch together. We were talking about a lot of things, but one of the things we both really latched onto was we were thinking about when we were in the 5 to 10 year range, 5 to 10 year old. And we were thinking about the people who were in their 60s at that point that we knew in our families and friends and circles and so forth, and comparing them to where we are today. And we realized it's like night and day. When I was growing up, people in their 60s, I mean, everybody I knew in their 60s was in generally bad decline, really, really bad space. And then I look at my friend and me and like, God, by comparison, we were like in our late 30s, early 40s, if you compare it to that earlier generation. So to me, that's an indicator. Now, obviously it's a small sample. It's just me and my friend, but nevertheless, it's an indicator of what's going on a larger scale. So many people are taking steps these days, small steps, big steps, short periods of time, long periods of time, whatever, but they're taking steps to live better lives, to be more in tune with that internal being, to follow their heart, to follow their bliss, however you want to phrase it. And it shows up on their faces. It shows up on their bodies. It shows up in every area of their lives. To me, that's like the greatest validation that this stuff works.
It's just like generations and hundreds of years ago, the life expectancy was like 36.
Yeah, right.
And then people started taking better care of themselves and coming up with new creations and inventions and ways to eat better salads, better taste, and we're still chugging along. But now that we're bringing the mental game into it, we should see life expectancies.
And I already have that in my family, just in my DNA. On my mom's side, my great-grandmother lived to 108. On my dad's side, my uncle, his brother, is currently turning 107 this weekend. So I have longevity on both sides of my family. Yeah, and if I add in what I'm doing with my own mindset, my own work, God, I could be here another 50, 60 years. What am I going to do with it?
Look at that. You halfway through, man.
Yeah.
I have two 100s in my grandparents.
I don't know. I don't know because I don't know who my biological father is. My mom's still alive and my grandmother only lived to 69.
That means you can manifest exactly what you want with no clouded judgment about your past.
You know what? I love my past because it's given me the ability to see others in a way that I probably never would have. So it just gives me a unique perspective. But we don't know that we're going to be here tomorrow. Even though we may live to 150, especially the way this is going, I should be asking at Chat GPT. Regardless, I'm going to tell you all what I hope you have a weekend full of magnificence and to remember who you are and your greatness and take a 2-hour soak somewhere. Do something for yourself that lifts your spirit. Maybe that is finding somebody who's homeless and instead of just handing them $5, sit down, hand them $5 and say, hey, what's up? How's your day going? Let them, let them feel like a person instead of judging who they are, where they're at, yada, yada. But it's been beautiful being here today with both of you. We've
loved having you. It's been too long. So glad to have you back today. I mean, what better way to finish off the Friday sequences that we've been doing?
The final Friday.
The final
Farewell to Fridays, everybody. It was an amazing time. I don't know how long it's been, a year, 2 years since I've been doing this with you guys. It was amazing. I learned so much and it brightened up my entire week. I'm happy. When I first heard we were doing Fridays, I'm like, damn, can we pick another day of the week? Like 4 o'clock on Fridays, I need to be drinking somewhere on my way to Tampa. But it was worth it every single time. And it capped off. This was perfect on Fridays because no matter if your week was good or bad, this overlapped everything. And it was always positive. So thank you, Walt, for asking me to come on. Debbie, you were religious with us in the beginning. We're sad to have seen you gone at the end. We missed you. And
I have some healing to do.
I also want to make it clear to both of you guys, just because I'm shrinking the schedule down to 3 days a week doesn't mean that there aren't openings for you guys to join us on those days. Like, so for instance, Wednesday evening, 7 p.m., if you guys want to join us on that, that's the show that I do with Jody Lynn Craven. Love to have one of you guys drop in that day, or both of you guys drop in on any of those days.
Like a plan.
Example of it. Well, Tuesdays with Joel Elson. No reason why you can't jump. I mean, let me tell you guys, Debbie G, actually, at some point, I may have to put you in touch with Joel. The reason is you got a retreat center. I know what you think about psilocybin. He is not somebody who believes that psilocybin should be completely legalized, but he does think it should be legalized under therapeutic conditions. And he is an advocate of that. And he actually told me this offline. He said, I want to have a special retreat under therapeutic conditions for people who want to experience the psilocybin experience. So I'm thinking, you guys got to connect.
Yep, you should connect him with us because one thing we can definitely do here is journeys. So I'd love to talk to him.
Yeah.
I got a website guy that's super into psilocybin. It'll build a landing page, take care of you for free.
There you go. There you go. I love it. So take advantage also, Debbie G. If you can pick a Tuesday, Tuesdays are at 7 p.m. Eastern, so that'd be 4 p.m. your time, right? Are you Western or are you Mountain? I can't remember which you are.
I am Mountain. Did you see me literally?
Depends on the day of the week.
I had to literally sit and just think about it. I agree with the whole psilocybin and doing it under therapeutic circumstances. The great thing is we have people here who are nurses and do guidance and things like that. So there's all, yeah. Just using it microdosed where you don't actually feel any type of psychoactive effect it dramatically altered my nervous system. So, but I've been going through a massive healing anyway all year, and it's feeling really good to be where I'm at right now.
How long has it been since the surgery? It's almost a year, right?
6 months?
It's about 6 months. Yeah.
And you know what was funny is I went to the doctor, and when I was in California, and he's like, it was 200, my tumor was 200 times the size of the tumors they normally find.
Wow.
Golly.
And he said 6 months. I thought I was doing better a month or two out. In fact, the last time I was on, I'm like, yeah, nothing like I'm really starting to feel better. It's good. I don't have so much calcium running through my veins that I've lost my
And it's coming through, by the way. I mean, I can see definite improvement even compared to the last time you were on, which was 4 or 5 months ago, something like that.
Huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big.
Wow.
Yeah. I love it. It has
Yeah,
been a while.
no, it's seriously, yeah, no, it's the healing required. I thought it was going to be a cut and dry thing. Beep, 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 beep. No, it was more like slow down, relax, like what Neo's doing. And remember, there's no promises. We are here for now, but you don't know that you'll be here a minute from now. And I think that's probably the best. So enjoy and be grateful for the minute that you're in.
You know, you guys, I want to wrap up the show by saying thank you to both of you for all those people out there who didn't click like, or you'll never hear from that you help all of the time, every day, including myself and my family members who I've taken all of your information to. I would like to say thank you on behalf of all of those people. And thank you, Walt, for putting this whole thing together and sticking with it for so many years.
Wow.
Yes, Walt, thank you.
I had to Walt usually says that at the end of every show.
Dude,
I had to, for the last show, reverse it back to him and you, Debbie, because you guys helped me. Look, I've called Walt. Like, yo, Walt, I've called him in panic mode before. And
vice versa.
So, yeah, so, man, I appreciate everything, man. Appreciate it. And so do so many others.
I'm grateful for both of you, too.
Yeah, I am, too. I always will treasure these Friday shows that we did together. I mean, I've had some great co-hosts over the years. Don't get me wrong. I would love every single one of them. But the shows that the three of us did, man, they were just crazy. They were just wild ass crazy.
That's why in the title it says for now. One of us is going to pop, boom, bang, Oprah Winfrey Network, pop, bang, boom, and then say, hey, let's bring it back. You know,
I'm so chilling with Oprah.
Yeah.
I want to chill with Oprah. I have to write that book.
There you go.
Soon. That's what happened. This was a chapter, and now the next chapter is going to open up that. Then we're going to come back and do reunion shows.
Let's go. Ooh. Let's go. We'll all go meet Oprah. Oprah, we all want to meet you. Just saying.
That's
okay. That sounds like fun.
I know where she's at. Stop playing.
That'd be a good weekend. I like that.
That would be. She's got to be so fun.
Oh yeah.
Seriously, she's been doing all these cool hikes lately too. I got to run to Hip Camp, guys.
We all got some running to do, but this time we're going to be running with joy and style.
I will. I'll go on the swings first.
And finally, I want to express my appreciation to you guys. Thank you so much for all the time you gave us here on the show and you gave me on the show, because without you, it wouldn't have been half as good. So thank you guys very much. Thank you to our podcast listeners everywhere. We will see you all next time here on LOA Today.
You rock. Bye,
Goodbye,
guys.
everybody.
Thank you.